want to tell them, don't change anything. Don't think because you're coming over here about me that you got to start rapping about the things I rap about. Don't do none of that. Please rap about your little TV show, whatever you want to rap about. Rap about girls. Do that. That's what you're good at. I was like, don't come because, of course, it's only natural for you to come over and just think, if I'm with Wayne, then I'm gonna rock like Wayne.
Yeah, talk about what you know. Yeah.
Yeah, keep it Canadian.
Look, we don't need to do a thorough breakdown. We've already had a lot of podcasters and people do this, supposedly. What I want to just talk about is that if Kendrick decides to stay in this battle, he will win this battle. This is my prediction. If this battle is not fabricated. Now, there is a part of me that thinks that this battle could be not real. But then again, after listening to Euphoria, it's almost like, how could it not be real? Because it does seem like Kendrick really does not like this man, as he said in his song. The reason why I believe that this battle could be fabricated, which I really haven't heard other people speak about, is because both Drake and Kendrick are sponsored by Universal Music Group. There's a lot of parts that are included in this diss, Euphoria. It's very deep from what we know. You got to know how to read between the lines, and it lets me know how much people have forgot about rap beefs and rap battles. That basically, it's not always about making a song that you can dance to. You see, this is the problem with a lot of Drake fans, that they don't understand like the concept of deep music and music that makes you think. Where Kendrick's diss was clearly a song that makes you think, and it's going to be a song that's going to make you analyze what he said. He made the song 6 minutes on purpose, was because you weren't supposed to listen to it in just one take. He wants you to go back and listen to the song time and time again and go back and analyze certain punchlines and be like, oh, what did that mean? Like Euphoria. When he first named the track Euphoria, a lot of people were like, oh, it's Euphoria. He's just trying to be creative. And then people finally did their research. And then they're like, oh, wait a second. It's actually about this show that follows the sexualization of teenagers, and that Drake was also the executive producer of the show. He knew that when you called that, people are probably like, okay, why you name it Euphoria? But then we read between the lines and we see why. So funny how somebody tried to challenge me this on Twitter, and then they deleted their tweet afterwards after they did their research. This is why you should do your research before you start tweeting. So now we all have the understanding of this. People like Cameron and Mace have gone on to make their dumb assumptions of, oh, well, Kendrick took too long to respond. But then we see that there was a reason why he responded at the time that he did. There was a lot of important events that happened on the date Kendrick released the diss track. This is a very well thought out strategy. This was not just, oh, I'm just going to write this diss song and just put it out, and there was just like no meaning to the date or no meaning to the title of the track or no meaning to the subliminal messages that he was throwing in there. It actually makes you sit back and it makes you think. So that's why I'm just like, oh, I think people are starting to pick it up now because now the song has been out for a few days. But I think that we've reached a point now where it's like, yo, Kendrick is taking this back to the golden era of dissing. Let's just hear real quick what their take is.
About Real Woman?
Yeah, that's a good point, Sinead. I heard all that too, but can I say something?
Yes.
And this is no diss. No diss whatsoever towards Kendrick Lamar. Not even a little bit, because I don't got time. I don't want to double back in my life. I'm in a good space. I don't want no problem. Kendrick Lamar's wife is half white. She's mad. She's
don't say that.
She's light skinned.
Yeah, don't say that.
I'm saying, if you're accusing Drake, and I'm not taking sides, I'm just stating facts. If you're accusing Drake of being half white, and your wife, and you using all this black card, your wife is half white. So how you attacking the man about something you're dealing with? And I don't care about none sides. I'm just.
Cameron, just like DJ Academics, is obviously a psyop. Let's not forget that Drake was so happy. I think I posted this on my profile. Drake was so happy to be part of the Dipset crew and got to wear Cameron's jacket. And I think that even Cameron and Dipset came out with Drake when he did his show in New York at the Apollo. That it's like, okay, we see why Cameron is obviously taking the side of Drake, because he's a Drake stan, or what do they call him now? Aubrey Angels. Yeah, we got to sound the alarm for that one. Aubrey Angels. That's going to be my new one for all the Drake stans out there. Now, don't get me wrong. I do respect Drake and I like Drake, but I think that it's like Kendrick said in the song. I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he acts tough. It's like, stop acting tough, man. Listen, Drake, you can't take pictures like women, posing like women and taking selfies like that with your fingernails painted and then act like a gangbanger the next day. You can't do that, man. That's just not part of hip hop culture. And I think that this is what Kendrick is basically saying in the song. We're not saying that you can't rap. It's clear that you can rap, but we know that there's a difference between a real rapper, someone who like, you know, is really like out there rapping, and somebody who's really just an actor who's pretending to be a rapper and get his street cred. Did you guys see some of the videos that are now resurfacing of Drake before he was famous? And it's like, yo, man, come on, man. You saying the N-word with the hard ER, the hard R at the end. Cringe. This is why it's like, I mean, I agree with one take that Charlemagne said. He's like, yo, black people shouldn't say the word either anymore. And I agree with that. But let me see if I can find this video, because this video is super cringe.
There's somebody that I was like, I used to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He opened for Jay. You know, he had records. He was killing them. He worked with Pharrell. He worked with the Clips. Looked up to at one point. There's somebody that I was like, I used to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yo, cringe. We can look at this part of Drake right here, and we can kind of see the upbringing, right? We all know that he was an actor. So you're going to tell me that Drake couldn't play a role? Oh, they're going to say, oh, well, that's the same thing about Pac, man. Pac was an actor too. And then after he did his role in Juice, he became that character. Yeah, there's some truth to that too. There's some truth to that. But I think that the difference is, though, is that Pac actually did get political, and he did have a message in some of his music. Later on, yeah, he kind of started to fall off, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. But, you know, Machiavelli, he did make his comeback with that, I believe. But Drake, other than maybe his like first couple of mixtapes and albums, he doesn't really stay or stand with anything going on in black culture. And I think that this is what Pusha T was basically talking about and where he came from. And I think that this is the reason why Kendrick will win this battle. I mean, he's already winning, those of us that know what's up with real hip hop. It's so interesting how some people could actually sit there and say that they think that Push Ups is a better track than Euphoria. I don't know what these guys are, man. I don't know if these guys are like OVO assistants or street team promoters or being paid, or maybe Drake is like hooking them up with free tickets to his shows. I don't know what's going on here, man, but it's like, I think we can all agree, those of us that don't really have a dog in this fight and are just sitting back and observing, I think we all can agree that Euphoria is a much better thought out strategic diss than Push Ups. Push Ups was a cool diss. I mean, it set it off, and it was like, oh, where you at, Kendrick? Where you at? You short? You know, drop and give me 50. It was like a cool little diss. But I mean, if you go back and you listen to the song now, it doesn't really hold the weight. You know, it's like, oh, I make more money than you. I have more women than you. I sell more records than all of you. I'm the one that makes the hit songs, blah, blah, blah. But then again, it's like Kanye said, man, Lucien over at Universal, who's the chairman, is your dad. He's your daddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course you're going to be controlling the streams. Of course you're going to be controlling the music. Of course you're going to be controlling the Billboard charts and the hits. The record companies have it set up so you cannot fail. I mean, come on, don't you think it's strange for those of you that listen to the radio? I mean, I know none of us really listen to the radio anymore, but I listen to the radio still from time to time, and sometimes I do just mainly for research. Don't y'all find it strange that Drake is being played on every single station all the time? Like he's the only rapper that exists? And then this is the reason why he's on so many features. I think it's not just because, like Kendrick said, how many black features till you feel black enough, which is definitely true. But also it's like Drake is that guy that's being pushed by the machine and the industry that it's almost like you got to get Drake on one of your songs in order to be heard. You know, that's if you're trying to take your music to the mainstream level. Do we have to hear this one more time? Yeah, I think we do.
Bugged me because it was like somebody I looked up to at one point. It was somebody that I was like, I used to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He open.
Yeah, this is cringe. He said it with the straight ER at the end.
No. 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 Nigga.
Let's not forget. Yo, man, you can't be taking pictures like this and then think that they ain't gonna come after you later on. You know, I get it. He probably wants this to be wiped off the internet, which it won't be now because of Pusha T. But it's yeah, man. Drake can rap and he can sing. I'll give him that. But he's obviously, in my feeling, he's an industry puppet. Lil Wayne put him on. He was supposed to be signed to Rap A Lot Records, but then Lil Wayne put him on Cash Money. And Lil Wayne even said in one of the interviews, he was like, yo, don't rap about, I mean, let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see if we can pull this up.
I want to tell them, don't change anything. Don't think because you're coming over here by me that you got to start rapping about the things I rap about. Don't do none of that. Please rap about your little TV show, whatever you want to rap about. Rap about girls. Do that. That's what you're good at. I was like, don't come because, you know, of course, it's only natural for you to come over and just think, you know, if I'm with Wayne, then I'm gonna rock like Wayne, you know. And so I rap about what I rap about, and you know, so that was one of the main things I had to tell him from the jump. Like, hey, don't change anything. Don't start singing about killing nobody. Don't start singing about the streets.
Yeah, talk about what you know. Yeah.
Yeah, like, keep it Canadian, man.
Keep it Keep it Canadian is now my new favorite.
Keep it Canadian, man.
I got Drake up 1-0. I don't know about you.
Oh, your calculator's broke.
No, my brother.
Your calculator's off. 1 up from Whip. Push ups?
Well, you got to tell me what he said on the record. That would make you feel like he's up 1-0.
Do you think that Push Ups is better than Euphoria?
It's a better song, absolutely.
You got it. That's peace. Hey, that's peace.
Who laughing in the background?
All of us.
Yeah. It's clear at this point, if you guys haven't realized this yet, that Academics is basically a psyop for Drake. I mean, he's a psyop for the industry. I believe that he's getting paid off by Universal. Why may I say this? Because he even said so himself that he had a meeting with Universal regarding Ice Spice. Oh, by the way, Ice Spice is also on Universal Records or Universal Music. So he even said that he had a meeting with them to talk about her, to pump her up, to push her music, blah, blah, blah. So I believe that Academics is a psyop industry agent that is being paid. He's probably on Drake's OVO payroll, and he's just getting paid to just manipulate the masses now because obviously he has a huge following. He has a voice in the hip hop culture, and he can convey people and sway people to think certain things. Isn't this the reason why Kendrick put out the verse where he says, I make music that's electrifying, you make music that's pacifying? I think it has to do with the women that he dates, the fan base that he has, but it's also, some people have been saying, because Academics fell asleep on a stream, Certified Lover Boy, when Drake just dropped that album, and Academics was listening to the album on a stream and fell asleep. So, you know, it's just like, at this point, it's like, come on, man. How can you say Push Ups is a better record than Euphoria? Because you like the beat, you like the angle, you like the feeling. But if you really go back and you listen to it now, especially after the fact that Kendrick just dropped Euphoria, it's like the song Push Ups has no substance. And that's basically what Kendrick is saying on the track Euphoria, is that your music has no substance. There's nothing deep about it. There's no type of spirituality to it. You don't talk about family. You don't talk about your son. You don't talk about nothing. All you talk about is the women, the superficial women that date you. And let's talk about that real quick. Is it true, like Joe Budden has said, that he believes that Drake is being paid to hang out with Sexy Red? And by the way, this picture hits so much different now after the Kendrick diss. I believe you see two baddies. Even though we all know that Sexy Red is not. Well, actually, there's a picture of her surfacing from when she was younger, and she looked a lot better, if that is her. I'm not sure if it's really her, because she don't even really look like the same person. It's almost like, damn, what happened to her? But maybe it was just the industry and rapping and culture that just changed her. But this picture hits so much differently now, where I'm wondering if he's really getting paid to promote her. And then even if he isn't getting paid to promote her, why are you pushing her so much? Like, her music is uninspiring. It is actually downgrading black women. It actually makes black women look bad. I mean, I know a lot of y'all that are online probably watch these videos and laughing and saying, haha, this is funny. Haha. Oh, wow, this is such good music. Or she's just having fun. She's just enjoying herself. Let her enjoy herself. Right? You hear all that dumb shit on the internet, right? When you know damn well that all the other cultures that are watching this, that are looking at this, it makes us look bad, yo. It makes us look bad that we allow black women to behave like this. It makes us look bad that black women are accepting this. Let's see a white girl try to act like Sexy Red, and let's see how long that lasts for. I mean, they tried to do it, right, with Iggy Azalea, a few other rappers. What's her name? I can't even remember their names anymore. That one that's like does an OnlyFans now, Bad Baby or whatever. She's even now getting her tattoos removed. What happens when a white female does something like this? She does not get accepted. It's accepted and it's cool for a little while, but then eventually either they're going to have to change their style or they just fall off. I mean, look at J-Lo. Look at Jenny from the Block. Does she go by that anymore? No. Now it's Jennifer Lopez. No more Jenny from the Block. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that we allow this to happen in black culture. And the fact that Drake is the biggest rapper, or not really, but one of the biggest rappers in the world, right? The fact that he is pushing this agenda, I think there could be a deeper story to this, which I can go in later in another video. But I believe that there is an agenda that is being pushed, and they're using Drake as the tool to push this agenda. And Kendrick's calling him out on it. That's just what's happening now, man. Kendrick's calling him out on this. And this is why I believe that if this battle continues, that Kendrick will destroy Drake. If this is a real battle, if this is not a fabrication.